Nicky Katt, best known for portraying sharp-edged, often controversial characters in films such as Richard Linklater's cult classic Dazed and Confused 1993, the intense corporate drama Boiler Room 2000, and the thought-provoking TV series Boston Public, has passed away at the age of 54. The news of his death has left the entertainment community stunned and reflective. It was confirmed to Page Six by John Sloss, founder and partner at Sloss Law, the firm that had long represented the actor in his legal affairs. Though his cause of death remains undisclosed at this time, the confirmation was enough to unleash a flood of memories and tributes from those who worked with him, watched him on screen, or were simply touched by the raw, magnetic energy he brought to every role he took on. Born on May 11, 1970, Nicky Katt came into the world with what many would later describe as an innate charisma and a rawness that was impossible to ignore. From a young age, he displayed an intensity that hinted at the complex and often tormented characters he would later embody with unsettling precision. While many remember him for his standout performances in ensemble pieces, what set Katt apart wasn't just his ability to disappear into roles, it was the authenticity with which he did it. He never seemed like he was acting. He became the character, lived inside them, and sometimes, as he once admitted in an interview, found a way to pour his personal frustrations and life experiences into the work in a way that made the performance not just believable but unforgettable. Katt's filmography is littered with roles that defied mainstream appeal, yet remained embedded in the minds of critics and fans alike. In Steven Soderbergh's 2002 experimental film Full Frontal, he portrayed an egotistical actor playing Adolf Hitler in a fictional stage production called The Sound and the Fuhrer. While the premise was as daring as it was unorthodox, Katt's execution was lauded by Soderbergh himself, who told the Los Angeles Times that Katt was absolutely fearless. It's not a word Soderbergh used lightly. Katt approached the role with the kind of psychological intensity and sharp intelligence that made it more than just a portrayal. It became a commentary on the very nature of performance, ego, and the distorted mirrors of fame. It was this role that perhaps allowed him to most fully express the blend of passion and anguish that lived inside him as a performer. Katt himself once reflected on the toxic undercurrent of the industry that he had devoted his life to. Speaking candidly about his experience trying to make a name for himself in Hollywood, he observed, "There's so much desperation in the air, in Los Angeles especially. You don't notice it in New York as much. Everybody plays it a little cooler there and people have a lot more interaction with each other. I think Stanley Kubrick called the vibe in LA a low-level malevolence. Eats away at you at some point." Those words resonate now in a chilling new way, as his passing prompts a re-evaluation not only of his legacy but of the industry that both celebrated and sidelined him. In Dazed and Confused, a film that continues to speak to generations of teenagers and nostalgic adults alike, Katt played the role of Clint Bruno, the high school tough guy with a penchant for confrontation and simmering rage. He wasn't the main character, but he didn't need to be. His presence in the film was like a spark in dry brush, brief but explosive. The way he picked a fight with Adam Goldberg's Mike Newhouse was tense, real, and uncomfortable in the best way. It reminded viewers of people they knew, people they avoided, or people they had been. He made small roles feel like large statements, and that was part of his genius. You didn't forget a Nicky Katt character because he never gave you the chance to. Whether he was on screen for 5 minutes or 45, he made it matter. Television was another arena where Katt made his mark, most notably through his role as Harry Sennett, a high school geology teacher with a defiant attitude and a loaded gun in Boston Public. The Fox drama, which ran in the early 2000s, was known for pushing boundaries and depicting the challenges of public education, but Katt's portrayal brought a unique, rough-edged compassion to the show. Sennett was both admired and feared, a teacher who operated by his own rules in a system he saw as broken. Katt gave the character a dangerous kind of hope, a sense that even in the chaos and bureaucracy of underfunded schools, one person could still fight the good fight. His performance was electric and unpredictable, injecting the series with a level of tension and heart that helped it stand apart from other dramas of its time. Beyond the screen, Katt's personal life remained relatively private, a rare feat in an era where celebrity often translates to constant surveillance. He was briefly married to Annie Morse from 1999 to 2001, and little is publicly known about the nature of their relationship or why it ended. What is known is that Katt was deeply introspective and protective of his private life, choosing not to participate in the pageantry of celebrity that so many others chase. Perhaps that's why his work felt more genuine. He wasn't doing it for red carpets or late-night talk shows. He was doing it because acting was, for better or worse, his way of existing in the world. In 2013, Katt appeared in Behind the Candelabra, the Liberace biopic directed again by Steven Soderbergh and starring Michael Douglas and Matt Damon. While his role was not among the leads, it added another credit to a career filled with offbeat choices and cult acclaim. That film, a stylish and poignant portrayal of fame, secrecy, and identity, seemed a fitting setting for Katt, whose own career often hovered on the fringes of conventional stardom. There was always something a little different about him, something not easily packaged. That's what made him interesting. That's what made him real. Katt's final on-screen appearance came in 2018 in an episode of Casual, a Hulu comedy series that explored modern relationships with a dry wit and a human core. It was a quiet ending to a loud career, not in volume but in intensity. That year, many fans didn't even realize it was his swan song. There were no big announcements, no tearful goodbyes, just one last performance from an actor who never sought the spotlight but always commanded it. While many actors chase after blockbuster fame and household name status, Katt carved out a different kind of legacy. He was the actor's actor, the kind of performer other performers admired for his range, courage, and uncompromising approach to craft. He was selective about his roles, often turning down commercial opportunities in favor of something with more depth, more risk, more soul. That may have cost him mainstream recognition, but it earned him something far more lasting: the respect of peers, critics, and a devoted fan base that valued truth over glitz. Looking back now, it's easy to see how Katt embodied a kind of artistic rebellion. He was not part of the Hollywood machine that chews up and spits out performers, nor did he play the fame game. He remained an outsider, an artist at heart, driven not by image but by the act of expression itself. That choice came with a price: limited roles, fewer accolades, and a career that often required compromise. But it also gave him freedom: the freedom to be strange, to be raw, to be angry, to be vulnerable. He explored the darkest parts of human nature, often playing villains or morally gray characters, but he did so with a depth and humanity that made them relatable, even sympathetic. His passing at the age of 54 is a harsh reminder of the fragility of life, especially in a profession that demands so much emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. In recent years, conversations about the toll of the entertainment industry have grown louder, with more and more actors speaking openly about the mental health struggles that come with the job. Katt, though he never made public declarations about his inner life, often hinted at it in interviews. His comments about the desperation of Los Angeles, the malevolence he felt in the air, were not just observations, they were confessions. Quiet cries from a soul that felt too much, that saw too clearly. Fans who revisit his work now may find themselves discovering new layers, fresh wounds, and insights that were always there but overlooked. He wasn't the kind of actor who demanded your attention. He earned it. And once he had it, he didn't let go. In the current era of film and television, where superficial performances are often propped up by CGI and franchise fatigue, Katt's work feels almost rebellious in its emotional authenticity.